All right, so it's been a while since I made a video. It's been a bunch of reasons. Obviously, life gets in the way, made a giant career move, blah, blah, blah. Also, just a little burnout on YouTube in general. Everyone's doing their smash the like button. It's fucking stale. I'm over it. If I liked it, I'd do it. But finally got my storage boxes. So I ordered the total composites with steel reinforcement inside of the panels. So here's the mark out of how I'm going to mount the boxes. You can see that it's about as filthy as I am. These are where the steel goes up and down the entire length of the rear wall. So that was to center it. That's the rear view camera. That's obviously going to be relocated. Went with Highway Products because their stuff they made for my Tundra was absolutely amazing. Basically 100% custom. You give them your dimensions. Takes a while. I think these were 3 months and they weren't cheap. No, I'm not going to tell you. And if you ask me, you're a rude douchebag. But lifetime warranty, top notch, waterproof, dustproof. These things went all the way to the Arctic Circle with me on my Tundra, and everything was dry and clean. And they give you free targets with the boxes. Absolutely blown away by the quality. And the powder coat actually matches the powder coat of the subframe. So everything looks all hunky-dory and looks like it's all belong there. Looks pretty professional for a redneck that's building his shit in his driveway. So with the steel, I drill and tap. A lot of people tap different ways. I like the ratchet attachment. It makes it super easy. I had to drill and tap 8 holes. It took me all of about 5 minutes. A lot of math involved in this, and I'm not a math guy, but math is hard. Really easy process. I believe the steel in there is 3/8. Here's the rear box mounted up. I kept it 7 inches deep, so it actually doesn't protrude past the rear bumper. So I'm still under 24 foot overall. If you look here, the cab over support for the panels, I moved it over here. I ordered my front wall with steel panels so I could drill and tap that because I knew I was putting a storage box, and then poof, look at that, magical. The storage box fits right there, and I drill and tap that cab over support and basically just moved it over, which I lay with my head on the driver's side, so all my weight's on that side anyway. And these things are absolutely perfect. Obviously, I was nervous. I sent them a bunch of measurements, hoping everything fit, hoping I did it right, hoping they did it right, and they absolutely friggin' nailed it. Again, the quality on these is just friggin' ridiculous. It's close to the quality of my freaking gun safe. These I ordered, I went back and forth if I wanted one big one or 2 separate ones. I went with 2 separate ones. There is a piece that you can't really see in between the two. So these are 2 completely separate units. It's going to be mainly for air accessories, air hose, air chuck, all that nonsense. But as you can see, it doesn't protrude past the rear bumper. That was a pretty big must of mine. Absolutely love them. See the big thick rain gutter on top, so no water gets into the boxes themselves. So my air system, I decided to redo some of it, and then it's one of those that escalated quickly things. And now I'm building a manual air management system. It's going to be in the center console. My buddy Brad on Expedition Portal made me this piece. My buddy Mike, magical wizard with his plasma cutter, we made this at his shop. That's the factory power inverter inlet. This is the factory little mechanism that holds a USB for all your thing. Trying to get it as clean as possible. I screwed up when I cut that out of the stock one. So I had to buy the entire friggin' center console piece. I'll show you that later. But here are the switches. These are from Airlift. They're basically 100% manual. So you turn your compressor on, up, you air them up, and down is you just dump them. So basically, I can level at camp from inside the cab. Got super lucky. All of these fit and look freaking perfect. And then this is basically the 4 gauges. It's going to be each one. I didn't like the white gauges because they stuck out and are obnoxious. So I found this dark gray one. The aluminum you see here is going to be powder coated black. So this is a better fit. The gray is a little bit more subtle, less obnoxious. So I'm going to go through and do that. The airlift gauges are 2-inch. The autometer ones are 2 1/16 inch. So I had to hog out those holes a little bit, but not a big deal. So yeah, I screwed up. I butchered this. Not going to be able to mount it. So I had to order the whole new piece to cut it out. And this is where Ram is superior to Toyota because this entire piece was $43. And if this was a Toyota part, it'd probably be $400. I'll just cut this out to be able to mount it cleanly into that little hole. The center console on this thing is just absolutely ridiculous. It probably weighs close to, I'm going to estimate 50 pounds. And these are the brackets that are going to hold everything else I just showed in place. All the cup holder, the sliding cup holder, all that functionality is going to remain the same. And it's going to hide everything and hide the switches. So when I pull that forward, I won't be dumping my switches by accident on the freeway and killing everyone around me. Here you can see the giant gaping hole that center console leaves. It's pretty ridiculous. The thing is absolutely gigantic. I'm going to be running the airlines right there. There's a perfect spot to actually run all of them right up through the floor. So next video, it's going to be all the air control. I'm going to try to do a step-by-step on how I did it all because I didn't even know about this. Buddy Gabe on Expedition Portal kind of talked me through it. I don't want the auto leveling with all the extra bits and pieces that could be problematic. I want it all manual and I want it all independent. So I'll try to detail that as much as possible. Again, kind of burnout on YouTube in general because every goddamn thing I click, everyone's begging you to subscribe, like, bell, and all this bullshit. It's kind of self-intuitive. If you like something, you like it. It's begging for likes is just absolutely insane in my opinion. But I'll be trying to do more updates. I'm getting a lot of questions about price and how much this costs, how much that costs. And I don't get into that. One, I find it's rude to ask. And two, everything's custom. So price is going to vary for everybody. So build what you want. The end.